So, students, I am Dean Maria Romana Daggio. So, I am the Dean of ABE, International Business College, Fairview Campus. So, I am the assigned online learning coordinator for this course, Law on Obligations and Contract. So, as I posted, no, the topic that we are going to discuss today is about the requisites of contract. So, to give you a backgrounder class, when you say requisites of contracts, so these are the things or the items that need to be present in a contract in order for us to call it a valid contract. Okay? So, meaning to say, without one of this, no, we can't say that the contract is valid. Okay? So is that clear, class? Okay, so let me proceed. Okay. So, essential requisites of contract. So, we have here the general provision. So, basically, class, these three items constitute the main topic that we have today, the requisites of contract. So, we have three requisites. So, according to Article 1318, there is no contract. Take note of that, class. There is no contract unless the following requisites concur or present. Okay, number one, consent of the contracting parties. So number one requisite is the consent. Okay. Number two, number two requisite, object, no? Object certain, which is the subject matter of the contract. And then lastly, the last requisite would be the cause, okay, or the cause of the obligation which is established. So it's really easy to remember, class. No, in order for us to call it a valid contract, these three must be present. So what are those? Number one, we have consent. Number two, we have the object. And then number three, we have the cause. Okay? So without one of them, as I said, we cannot really call it a valid contract. So what is consent? In Tagalog, ito yung pagpayag ng parehong partido. Let's say, for example, A and B entered into a contract. So we can call it a valid contract if the two of them, A and B, agreed to have the contract. Hindi lang si A or hindi lang si B. Dapat silang dalawa. Okay. Number two requisite. Ano ang kailangan? Okay. The object. Ano bang pinag-uusapan natin dito? No? So that is what we call the object. Ano yung subject matter of the contract? Okay? And then, number three, we have the cause. Okay? Ano ba yung pinag-ugatan? Ano yung dahilan natin? Bakit tayo papasok sa contract? Okay, example class. Okay, for you to understand it more. Okay? So, A and B entered into a contract, no? A want to sell a parcel of land to B. Okay? So, what is now the object? The object class is the parcel of land. Ano yung cost? The cost is selling, okay? Bebenta, magbebenta ka. And the cost for A is to sell the parcel of land. The cost of B in that example is to acquire the parcel of land. So when they agreed, A and B agreed, no, to enter into a contract, then there is now the consent. So, in order for us to call it a valid contract between A and B, there should be again number one, remember this, consent. Number two, object. And then number three, the cause. Okay? With regards to cause class, no, it should be lawful. Okay? Hindi ka papasok sa isang contract na in the first place, alam mo na illegal. It should be always lawful or in accordance to the law. What am I telling you, class? What am I saying? Okay, bibili ka ng something kasi alam mo legal naman yon. Hindi ka bibili halimbawa ng nakaw. Kasi magiging invalid yung contract natin. Kasi in the first place, yung cause. no, ng contract ay hindi lawful. Okay, ano ba yung mga lawful? Siyempre, pag sinabi mong lawful ang isang bagay, that is in accordance with the law. Okay. So, have I made myself clear, class? No, the three requisites of contract. You can unmute anytime your mic. Then, mute nyo na lang uli. Okay, para makapag-respond kayo sa akin. Malinaw naman, class? Okay, very
Yes
good.
po.
Okay, next. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. So sabi dito, class, consent must be free and given by someone who is sui juris. Okay, sino ba ang sui juris or sui juris? Okay, so this is somebody, class, or someone who has the capacity to act. Okay, so meaning to say, kung ano man yung pinag-agrihan ninyo, may kakayanan ka na tukdin ito, sundin. Okay? So, therefore, it must be freely given by the party and must be an intelligent consent. Okay? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng intelligent consent? So, when we speak of intelligent consent, the party must know what he is consenting. You should know what you are agreeing into. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung pinagkakasundo mo. Okay? When you say sui juris, this is someone or somebody that has the capacity to act. And the consent that you are giving, okay, is an intelligent one. Why intelligent? Because you know what you are consenting. Ano yung pinag-aagrihan mo? Okay, kasi you cannot use it afterwards. Pag mali yung naging decision mo na pumasok, ay hindi ko kasi alam eh. So basically, class, technically, before you give your consent, you should know what you are consenting. Alam mo dapat. Okay? So if the consent of one party is not freely given, hindi kusang binigay. Okay? Because such consent was obtained through fraud, violence, intimidation, undue influence, the contract is voidable. Okay. So take note of the word we used here, class, voidable contract. Okay. We have kasi void contract and voidable contract no in studying law on obligations and contract. So I have to differentiate the two. When you say void contract, class, from the very beginning, as if hindi na siya nag-take effect kasi the three requisites are not present. So meaning to say, kahit pa parang inisip natin na nabuo yung kontrata, pero still we can call it void contract if the three requisites are not present. Okay? Pag sinabi mo namang voidable contract, okay, may visa siya. Okay? Valid siya. Pero pwede natin ipawalang visa. Kailan natin masasabi na pwede nating ipawalang visa? If we found out, kagaya nitong example natin, if we found out that the consent was only obtained, nakuha lang natin through fraud, halimbawa panluloko, okay, merong pananakot, violence, intimidation, so on and so forth, then we can ask the court to make the contract void. So, ang tawag natin sa ganong contract ay voidable. So, malinaw ha, pag sinabing void contract from the very beginning, no, hindi na siya valid. Okay? Pag sinabi mo namang voidable contract, valid pa rin siya hanggang sa mapawalang bisa siya ng korte. Okay? Only court, ha, remember class, ha, only court has the capacity, no, and authority to void any contract. Hindi yung parties. Okay? So next, object. Okay. Object of the contract must be definite. Okay? Or determinate as to its kind. Kailangan malinaw. Okay? Kailangan malinaw. Ano ba ang, halimbawa, kagaya kanina, parcel of land. Okay? A piece of land. Okay? Kailangan malinaw. Kung ako ang nagbebenta, kung ako si A, alin doon sa mga lupain ko ang binebenta ko? So, eto lang naman ang ibig sabihin nito. Okay? Kailangan malinaw. Okay. So, how about the cost? Okay? So, when it comes to cost, sabi nga dito, it must be true and licit. Okay? Pag sinabi mong licit class, synonymous with lawful. Okay? Yung sabi ko kanina, pagka ang dahilan mo sa pagpasok sa isang kontrata ay unlawful, illicit, okay? Kung tawagin natin. So, therefore, that contract is not valid. Okay? So, those are the requisites class of the contract. We have the consent, we have the object, and then we have the cause. Okay. So next. Okay. So let's have an example class when it comes to consent. Okay. So anyone who can read? Almira, can you read? Please unmute your mic. Good morning.
Consent. Good morning, ma'am. Consent. Ricky offers to buy Martin's car. The offer is made over the phone, unknown to Ricky. It is not Martin at the other end of the line, but his younger brother, Ariel, who can perfectly mimic his elder brother's voice. Ariel accepts Ricky's offer, successful in imitating his elder brother's voice. There is no contract here because there was no consent on Martin's part.
Okay, thank you, Almira. Okay, so this is an example class of a consent that is not freely given. Okay, why not freely given? As you can see, no, dun sa binasa ni Almira, the consent was through a fraud, obtained through a fraud. Why? Nanloko kasi yung brother ni Martin. Okay, so basahin ko lang uli. Ricky offers to buy Martin's car. So, sino ang parties involved class? Si Ricky and then si Martin. Okay? So, the offer is made over the phone. So, sa telepono lang. We know naman when we have our conversation through phone, we really not specific as to whom we are talking. Lalo na kagaya nitong kapatid ni Martin, si Ariel Bale, no? Gayang-gaya niya kasi yung boses ng kanyang nakakatandang kapatid. So, Ariel accepts Ricky's offer. Okay? Successful at imitating his elder brother's voice. Dahil nagaya nga ni Ariel yung boses ni Martin. Okay? Nagkaroon ngayon ng deal between Ricky and Ariel. Pero ang akala ni Ricky, si Martin kasi yung kausap niya. So, ang tanong, is there a contract between the two? Ricky and Martin? So the answer is no. There is no contract. Why? Because there is no consent on Martin's part. Okay. Paano pag halimbawang ipaggiitan ni Ricky na meron silang deal? Okay? So po pwede namang mag-testify si Ariel na siya talaga yung kausap ni Ricky. Okay? So, po pwede nating ipawalang bisa yung kontrata, or should I say from the very beginning there is no contract because the consent was obtained through fraud, panloloko. Okay? So kaya class hindi dapat ginagawang biro yung mga pagpasok sa contract, yung halimbawa hindi ka pa naman sure, hindi ka sigurado sa consent mo, oo ka lang or na napilitan ka lang. So when we talk about napilitan, so you should think twice. Hindi po pwedeng pumasok sa contract na you are not sure of the consent that you are giving. Okay? So, clear class, yung example natin when it comes to consent. Consent obtained through fraud. Okay. So, next one. Okay. So, certain naman. Sabi natin kanina, the object must be certain. Okay? Or determinate. Okay? Kailangan malinaw yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Okay? So, who can read? Please try to read. How about Giselle? Yes, Darlene.
Object certain. A
Okay.
student enrolls in a university and when asked what course it is that she
Yes.
wishes to register for, for she answer anything. The registrar carelessly received the form and caused the entry of the student's name in the register of the university. Again, there can be no contract because it is not it is not certain what it is that the university must teach the student prepare for her.
Okay. So, thank you, Maria Giselle. Okay. So, hindi sigurado or hindi Hindi certain class ang object dito sa example natin. Why? Okay. So a student, no, wishes to enroll in a university. Pero nung tinanong daw siya, what course are you going to enroll? Ang sabi lang niya, anything, kahit ano. So kung ikaw ang school, paano mo tuturuan ang student na hindi nga alam kung ano ang kurso niya, ano ibibigay mo na subjects, no? So dahil napasok naman ni register sa university register yung application form ni student, then wala pa rin contract doon. Contract between the student and the school. Okay? Kasi hindi certain ang object, hindi malinaw. Sana sinabi niya na kung ano yung magiging course niya. So, that may lead to confusion kung ano ba ang ibibigay na subject sa kanya kasi from the very beginning hindi alam kung ano yung course ni student. Okay? So this is an example of objects that are not clear, that are not certain. Okay? So next. Okay, so let's go to cause. Okay. Okay. So let me read this. Okay. So when Marcia envies John for her house, rather, there will be no way Marcia can have John's house unless donates it to her. No, in which case John's liberality or generosity would be the cause of the contract. For a contract to exist between Marcia and John, Marcia must offer John something John wishes in return. So money or some other piece of property which would then be cause of the contract. So in this example class, we are talking about a house. Okay? So example ko din kanina sa inyo, yung sa part ni A and B, ano ang magiging cost niya? Naalala nyo kanina yung pagbili ng lupa. Ano ang cost kay A? Makabenta siya. Okay? Ano ang cost kay B? Ma-acquire niya yung land. So in Marcia and John's case, okay, the only way for Marcia to acquire for John's house is through donation. Okay, meaning to say, John may donate it to Marcia. Okay, pero on the part of John, no, ibibigay niya lang yung bahay niya, no, kung merong something in return. Ano 'yon? Pwedeng some sort of money, some amount of money, or other piece of property. So, this two, the donation and then the something in return. So this is now constitute the cost of contract. Okay? So ano ang cost for Marcia? Ang cost for Marcia to acquire the house is through John's donation. Si John naman, ibibigay niya lang yung bahay in case na meron din siyang makuhang something kay Marcia. So, meron bang mangyayaring contract kung magkaiba ang gusto nila? Kasi ang gusto ni Marcia, no, i-donate lang sa kanya, no? Ang gusto naman ni John, ibibigay niya yung bahay kung merong ibibigay si Marcia na pera or other property. So kung hindi magmi-meet ang gusto nila, then kung magkaiba rather ang magiging dahilan nila, no, then hindi magkakaroon ng consent. So these three class, the consent, the object, and the cause are interrelated, meaning to say magkakaugnay sila. Okay? So kagaya yan, kung hindi tayo pareho ng cause, okay? Hindi ako magbibigay ng consent sa'yo. So ibig sabihin magkakaugnay. Okay? So let's go to the next one. So, next one is Article 1319. Okay? So, according to this, consent is manifested by the meeting of the offer and the acceptance upon the thing and the costs which are to constitute the contract. Okay? So, the offer must be certain and the acceptance absolute. So, a qualified acceptance constitutes a counter offer. So, pag sinabi mong consent class, meeting of the two parties. Okay. Pag sinabi mong meeting, yung nagkasundo, meeting of minds. Ibig sabihin, umoo ka, no, nilatag ko sa'yo yung kontrata, umoo ka, no? Ako din naman, umoo. So, that now constitute a consent. Pero ano ba yung sinasabi rito? That we can also have the so-called counter offer. Okay. So, it's like this class. When you say counter offer, usap kayo, nilatag mo, pero hindi siya okay. Halimbawa, sinabi niya, masyadong mahal yung parcel of land mo sa 1.5 million. Okay? So ngayon, kung hindi siya papayag, gagawa siya ngayon ng counter offer. Okay? Balik ng na offer, ano? So, po pwedeng, halimbawa, sabihin niya, tumawad siya, po pwedeng 1.3 million na lang, sabihin halimbawa ni B. So, yung ginawa ni B, no, na nag-offer siya uli instead of 1.5, ginawa niyang 1.3. We call that counter offer. So, pag umokay si A doon sa counter offer ni B, so then there is now a consent. So, hindi naman nangyayari class ang consent sa unang ano pa lang pag-uusap. So, meron pang kadalasan merong nangyayari na mga counter offer. So, for as long as the two parties agreed with that counter offer or offers, no, then we can say that may consent. Pero kung hindi pumayag, halimbawa sinabi, ay hindi fix na yung 1.5 million. Okay? So pag hindi pumayag, gagawin ni A, i-offer niya sa iba na willing magbayad ng 1.5 million. Ano naman gagawin ni B? Since siguro ang budget niya is 1.3 million lang, so gagawin ni B, maghahanap siya ng lupa worth 1.3 million, yung pasok sa budget niya. Okay? So, next. Okay. So, offer. Ano ba ang kailangan para matawag natin na yung offer ay okay? Okay. So, the offer must be, number 1, certain. Okay? Number 2, definite. And then, number 3, concrete. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, magbebenta ka ng lupa, kailangan malinaw. Alin ba sa mga lupain mo ang binibenta mo? Halimbawa, sinabi mo, that land located in Bulacan. Okay. Where in Bulacan? What is the land area? Okay. How much are you going to offer that? So, those items, no, must be clear. Okay? Or concise. Kailangan malinaw doon sa bibili kasi baka mamaya madami din pala siyang lupain sa Bulacan. Okay? Sinabi mo nga, sa Santa Maria, Bulacan. Okay, alin doon? Ano yung square meter, yung exact location, yung exact address, kailangan ay malinaw. Okay? So, next. So, example, ito, kailangan specific class ang time, place, and manner of acceptance. Okay? So, the offer to set forth the terms of acceptance, no? When the terms are set forth, the offeree, should he wish to accept, must comply with the terms of the offeror. Offeror, taga-offer, offeree, yung mag-accept. Okay, example. Ruel, the offerer, offers 4 boxes of perfume to Elmo, the offeree. That Ruel gives Elmo 1 day to accept or to reject the said offer. So after 1 day, Ruel did not hear from Elmo about the offer he made. So, can Ruel now can offer this boxes of perfume to somebody else? So, the answer is yes. Okay? Ruel is now free to make the offer to somebody else. Why? Because yung pinag-usapan natin na isang araw, no, sabi ni Ruel kay Elmo, hindi ka naman sumunod. No? So, alangan naman maghintay ako na maghintay sa'yo. So, yung pinag-usapan natin na 1 day, I haven't heard anything from you. So, might as well, I'm going to offer this to somebody else. Okay, so pag hindi sinunod yung pinag-agrihan ninyo, then walang mangyayaring contract. Okay? So, next. So, Article 1322, it talks about communication of acceptance to agent. So, we make use of agent class, no? So, sometimes, on behalf of the principal, gumagamit tayo ng ahente or agent. So, example. So, so before we proceed with the example, let me first discuss this. So for a contract to arise, para may mangyari daw na contract, the acceptance must be made known to the offeror. So by legal fiction, an agent is considered an extension of the personality of his principal. Okay, so if duly authorized, the act of the agent is, no, in law, the act of the principal. So kung legally authorized by the principal, yung agent, so anuman ang gawin o anuman ang i-enter into a contract ni agent, it's as if ang gumawa nun ay yung principal for as long as it is duly authorized and duly acknowledged by the principal. Okay, so example class. Nancy Monay of Makati is a sales agent of Camel Home Subdivision. Okay? So as a sales agent of the Camel Homes, she offered to sell a 20-bedroom mansion inside the subdivision to Kiss Escudero. Okay? At the price of 80 million. So Kiss Escudero agrees to buy the property for the stipulated price of how much? 80 million. So is the sale valid? Okay, so sagot is, the sale is valid even though the acceptance was made with an agent because Nancy Monay is an authorized sales agent of Camel Home Subdivision. Okay? So kung ikaw si Kiss Escudero, you have to make sure that Nancy Monay is a licensed sales agent, no, or acknowledged authorized sales agent of this subdivision, Camel Homes, before transacting with her. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya hindi naman pala talaga ahente, legal na ahente si Nancy Monay ng Camel Homes. Nagpalabas ka ng 80 million. So take note, malaki ito, no? So magiging invalid ang contract kasi hindi naman recognized or authorized ni Camel Home si Nancy Monay. Pero dito sa example natin, the sale is valid kahit pa nangyari ang contract between an agent and the buyer, which is Kiss Escudero. Okay lang yun for as long as the agent is authorized. Okay? So next. So article 13, hindi ko kasi makita, wait. 1323. Okay. So an offer becomes ineffective upon the death, no? Wala na daw bisa ang offer. Offer ha, hindi contract. Take note ha, offer, no? Upon the death, civil interdiction, insanity, or insolvency of either party before the acceptance is conveyed. So, hindi na valid yung offer, yung pag-alok natin kung etong mga nabanggit na to ay nangyari bago pa tinanggap yung offer. Okay? So, an offer may be withdrawn before it is accepted. Pwede pang bawiin class yung offer hanggat hindi pa umuoo. Okay? So, after acceptance, the contract is already perfected. Pag sinabi mong perfected, though hindi pa siya legal, pero meron ng basis. Okay? Kasi pumayag ka na. So, under Article 1323, even if the offer is not withdrawn, its acceptance will not produce a meeting of the minds in case the offer has already become ineffective because of the death, civil interdiction, insanity, or insolvency of either party before the conveyance of the acceptance to the offer. So, malinaw, hindi na valid yung offer kung namatay, no? May nangyaring hindi maganda dun sa tao na nag-o-offer o nag-accept, nabaliw siya, wala na siyang insolvency, ibig sabihin wala na siyang kakayanan pang halimbawa bayaran yung ino-offer mo sa kanya, then hindi na valid yung offer. As you can see, that is the end of our lesson. So, summarize uli natin class, balikan lang natin. Okay? The three requisites of contract, madali lang naman siyang tandaan. So, what are those? The consent, the object, and then the cause.
Consent, object, and cause.
Okay.